I did say I was possibly consider taking out some of the trees there. Now we only have 10,944, so we got less than a full slurry tank left in here, and then we're going to have to make the digestate run again. Not the digestate, the slurry run again. It's kind of a challenge. You're trying to reduce the amount of money you spend on fertilizer. So you're using slurry, so you have to use progressively more of it to create a good reduction in what you're spreading with liquid or solid fertilizer, which means more trips to the BGA or the cowshed to fill up the tanks. But it does save you money in the long run. So again, it's a time versus money thing. Do I do time? Do I do money? Okay, so have a look at the cows now. Food is at 354. That's probably a good thing. Milk's at 8,800. Let's take a look at the cow food here. Yes, so that's probably good for about 2 days. We're not going to have, we are going to have to buy something to feed them before long. Okay, this field is almost done. I could chop some bedding with this tractor while we're waiting. We'll see. So, sort of peaceful bit before the storm. And that's the thing we could look at. Stuff what I own there. Seeders. I have a 240 horsepower seeder. It's a matter of interest. That'll cost 88,000 to buy. Yeah, we could do that. No, back. The slurry tank is going to cost me about 200,000. Yes. And the animal feeder is going to cost me 45. You know what? I'm going to buy that. Because going forward, this farm is going to use that piece of equipment far more frequently. Now, one of the things I could look into is oh, what? $235, that's 264, that's 273. That's 200, 264. XM large, 216, that's 258. Huh. I could buy a Lamborghini and start planting some canola if I felt like it. It's a thought. I mean, I've got money now for another tractor if I wanted to buy it. It's not really a I must have this thing right this minute. And we do have September, October, November to get all the fields planted. I'm going to turn him off. No, turn him off. Thank you. I just remembered there's only 10,000 litres in the big tank. I might as well top it off. And we can then take the John Deere back down to the cowshed and get that filled up with slurry. just gives me things to do. But yeah, I've got no tractors on the farm that can pull the seeder apart from the John Deere. And the John Deere runs the mowing kit as well, so I don't have any tractors on the farm. And it's one of the, it's an argument I've made since Lawford's days, was if you have big equipment, then it actually makes sense to have two tractors, at least two tractors you can haul it with. So when you're in a situation of, well, I could be seeding some fields here, but I don't have a tractor that can do it. Or I could be ploughing a field, but I don't have a tractor that can do it. Because John Deere's the only thing that can haul that slurry tank. It's the only thing that can haul the seeder. It's the only thing that can run the mowing kit. I'm limited. If I need to do two or three of those jobs at the same time, I don't have a tractor to do all three jobs, so I have to pick which one's the most important. With medium-sized tractors, you've got the option of saying, well, I've only got one medium-sized tractor to do the spraying with, but I could always reconfigure my big tractor to do one of the other medium jobs. I think for the most part we're doing fairly well on that, in that, you know what I think we're going to do here? I'm going to fill this up, run to the BGA, empty it, and then take the digestate back to the field for the poop tractor. We may not get back in time, but it saves waiting for the class to finish and then coming down to get some slurry. And having the medium and small tractors available it's basically a way of letting you do the small jobs cheaper, because they're cheaper to repair. Yeah, running a weeder on this tractor is just bad economy. You're going to end up spending tens of thousands repairing the tractor for almost negligible benefit on a field, whereas running a weeder behind a Valtra G or a Valtra A, the repair cost's going to be $1,500, $2,000, and you achieve the same thing. So you don't need lots and lots and lots of small I don't think you need lots and lots and lots of small tractors. But it's like you look at the millennial farmer and he has he got two of the single tracked John Deeres, he's got the big articulated John Deere, and then he's got a smaller tractor like this and a tiny tractor, like, yeah, similar to this but smaller. And he can do the small work with the tiny tractors, but he can do three jobs because he's got the three big tractors. One of the other farmers I watch has a lot of he runs older equipment, but his tractors are probably about 160, 180 horsepower, and he's got about three of them, and then he's got a small tractor to run the auger that he uses to fill and empty the grain bins. He's got a smaller tractor that he can run the mower behind. And so, but for the main jobs, he's got the choice of three, and if one of them doesn't work, then he's still got two others that can take its place. If our John Deere broke down, we've got nothing to replace it with. We would have to wait till the garage fixes it and brings it back to us. Okay, so that's another 30,000 litres of digestate to the BGA. And we're still up over £500,000. I could buy a lot of stuff here. Anyway, it looks like I have barely enough time to get back to the field before the Arian is empty. Oh, do not do that, you pain in the butt. Oh, you're going to... Seriously. I'm just going to pull up in front of your yard entrance so you can't get that big giant load into the farm. There we go. AI traffic. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I'm breaking down the hedges and creating alternate entrances to so many of the fields here. It just means that I can... we're at the top there. I can come out of that yard and straight into that field without having to play with the AI. It's just transiting between yards. I currently need a way around it. I mean, I could take out a farm track in that field directly in front of us. Buy the big grass field beyond it. And put a farm track to join up. Things aren't working because we need to turn the engine on. But then I could have a back route between the 2 yards, again avoiding driving down the road. It's a little bit more scenic, but it's definitely a way around things. And we want to go to this guy who well, kind of looks like he's done. Back him up there, go back to here, and let's get this guy restarted. Okay, worker go, and no worker. Let's turn on the spreader. We're still over half capacity on this. We'll probably be below 50% finishing this field off. But still not too shabby, I think. Okay, that's that bit done. Little triangle of not white there. We find that on all the fields, so not too fussed about that. Yeah, the only thing we got, yeah. Yes, we got rid of the John Deere seeders, which all of our tractors could run. But we went for the bigger seeder so that we can get more coverage. And I'm going to back that into the corner. Oops. Oh, not. There we go. And now we run down the top edge. There will be small bits on the left because I'm really not doing a good job of this. That's why. So yeah, in the past I've usually used the big Breedle spreader because I generally spread lime with a spreader and fertilizer we spray, which for FarmSim22 works out to be the cheaper way of doing things. But because I'm doing lime, especially back on Lawfolds and Oakfield, we had some big fields. So this spreader just wasn't sufficient to cover all of the fields in one go. We had to keep going back or take lime with us or something like that. But as I said, doing this is really not a bad job, because if you do lime every single time, it's only the purchase you have to worry about. Oh, I'm really going to have to, just empty lime on the field. And then after that, it's a light scattering every year. And this spreader is perfectly adequate for a light application every year. Don't think any of these counters not done. We'll cover them anyway because I've got nothing better to do. Digestate. Oh, there we go. And there you go, done. So I could take this back to the yard and just top it off. It's going to be a while before the big truck's ready, or the poop wagon's done. But less than, just over 50% for those two fields in the state they had been in. I was kind of hoping to get to, well, I don't know. I was kind of hoping to get to seeing if we could do some maize with the mowers. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe we do buy the Lamborghini. Who's up for a Lamborghini? And I just drove past the refill. Because why not? And how about looking when you're driving? There we go. Okay. Open the tank and fill. So the Lamborghini is kind of expensive, but I could go see if we could mow some the things. the stuff and the things, the maize. We could see if we can mow maize and leave a swath. Gonna have to check on the horsepower requirements of the mowers, of course. Okay, just going to take this up here. We'll park it alongside. I need a very quick break, and then we'll be back. And maybe Lamborghini, how are you doing? You need to be refilled. We have a full tank over there, so not a big problem. We'll get this refilled, then I will take a quick break. Hello. As soon as I get to the end, I'm going to go fill it up, regardless of the state it's in. And we are good. Oops, we'll drive through the hedge because, yeah, why not? Squeak and fill. So this is coming on okay. I've got to do the two ends. And then we can let the lime spreader loose on it. Alright, that's good. Let's turn you on. I will be back in a couple of minutes. Have fun, everyone. So I was thinking, the problem with lots of rain is the grass grows, which means I have to go out and cut it. But, how are we doing? Oh, we actually didn't use that much while I was out. Okay. So, let's investigate. Stuff what we have. That's 282. I don't think the Lamborghini's going to work out for us. $258. No. Okay. The 40 series definitely won't. Well, we could go for a Series 8. So many different ones. That's interesting. That has the same power as that. That has 287. That would work. 264 won't work. 200 won't work. That would work. Oh, the 6R would work. It's 233. The New Holland would work at 227. The McCormick would work, well, if we up-engined it. That won't, that won't, that would. That's even cheaper, but we'd have to boost the engine. That's maximum size engine would work. That, no, now we're getting into what work. There's no class case. No case tractor in the medium range. Well, there you go. What's in the big tractors at the smallest? That's 280. That's 247. That's 279, 285, 292. Now there was one of those